What if I told you that one of the biggest surprises of the NFL draft might still have one more shocking twist left? A move that could shake up the league and possibly set the Los Angeles Rams up for a new era after Matthew Stafford. Stick around because this story about Shedeur Sanders and a blockbuster trade rumor is getting real interesting. The Los Angeles Rams are gearing up for the 2025 NFL season, with veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford still leading the charge. It wasn't long ago during the offseason when rumors started swirling that Stafford might look for a fresh start elsewhere to finish up his storied career. But in a move that settled some nerves in Los Angeles, he decided to rework his deal and remain with the Rams. Now, while that was good news for Rams fans, it doesn't change one crucial fact. The Rams have absolutely no clear plan for the future once Stafford hangs it up. The quarterback room in Los Angeles looks paper-thin when it comes to long-term options. And with Stafford possibly having just 1 or 2 years left in him, it's time for Les Snead and his front office to start thinking ahead. And that's where this story takes a fascinating turn. A new report has surfaced suggesting a potential, albeit unlikely, move that could fill that quarterback void. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Shedeur Sanders. Ever since the 2025 NFL Draft, Sanders has been one of the most talked about names in football. Many experts had him pegged as a first or second round pick. But in a shocking twist, he slid all the way down to the 5th round before the Cleveland Browns finally scooped him up. Since then, talk around Sanders hasn't cooled off. Despite being a 5th rounder, there's no denying his arm talent and what he could eventually become in the NFL. And while Cleveland is highly unlikely to trade him, if for any reason he did become available, the Rams could be a very interesting suitor. Mark Sipos of Dog Pound Daily recently floated this idea, suggesting that Los Angeles might be a great landing spot for Sanders if the Browns put him on the trade block. In his words, Matthew Stafford is still capable, but the Rams don't have a clear succession plan. Sanders could sit behind him, learn the nuances of Sean McVay's system, and grow into a potential starter down the line. His timing-based game and quick release would fit the scheme, and there'd be no pressure to play early. And honestly, it makes sense. Sanders, despite falling in the draft, showed plenty of flashes throughout his college career that prove he can be a future franchise quarterback. Between his time at Jackson State and Colorado, he completed over 70% of his passes, racking up more than 14,347 yards, throwing 134 touchdowns, and getting picked off only 27 times. Those numbers aren't just good, they're elite. While a trade remains unlikely for now, with the way the NFL works, you can never rule anything out. If Cleveland ever decides to entertain offers, don't be surprised if the Rams pick up the phone. With an aging Stafford and no clear heir to the throne, Sanders could be a calculated risk worth taking for Los Angeles. So, what do you think? Should the Rams go all in on Shedeur Sanders if the opportunity comes knocking? Would he be a good fit in Sean McVay's high-powered offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the debate going. What if I told you the Cleveland Browns could completely change the face of their offense with one bold move? A major wide receiver signing that could rescue their season before it even begins. Stick around because this could be the piece that turns a struggling offense into a playoff contender. The primary headline surrounding the Cleveland Browns this offseason has been all about their quarterback situation, and who could blame them? The team added a handful of new gunslingers throughout the summer, including Shedeur Sanders, yes, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders. Shedeur's controversial pre-draft journey caused him to slip several rounds, but now he's landed in Cleveland with a major opportunity ahead. As we head toward training camp, Shedeur will be battling for the starting spot against veteran Joe Flacco, fourth-year prospect Kenny Pickett, and rookie Dillon Gabriel out of Oregon. How this quarterback battle shakes out is going to be the headline act for the Browns during camp and the preseason. But while all eyes are on the quarterbacks, there's an equally important question lingering in the background. Who will these quarterbacks actually throw the ball to? Following the departures of Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, and Elijah Moore, and with Deshaun Watson's devastating injury set to sideline him for the entire 2025 campaign, the Browns find themselves alarmingly short on reliable offensive weapons. Outside of Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, and Jerome Ford, this team lacks a true established playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, Cleveland is betting on its youth movement. They're hoping rookies and prospective talents like second-round pick Quinton Judkins, third-round standout Harold Fannin Jr., and third-year receiver Cedric Tillman will rise to the occasion and make the most of their opportunities. And while that's not a bad strategy for a team investing heavily in its young core, there's still a glaring need for a proven veteran presence. someone who can act as a reliable safety valve for a young quarterback, especially if it's not Joe Flacco taking snaps under center. And here's where it gets interesting. There's still a seasoned wide receiver out there on the open market who checks every box Cleveland needs right now. Joseph Grisano of Factory of Sadness recently made a bold suggestion, urging the Browns to sign none other than Keenan Allen. Now, a few off-seasons ago, the idea of Keenan Allen being available would have been laughable. But fast forward to today, with the 33-year-old battling nagging injuries and coming off a slightly down year, his availability suddenly makes a lot of sense. In 2024, Allen pulled in 70 receptions on 121 targets for 744 yards and 7 touchdowns while suiting up for the Chicago Bears. Even with his age and those injury concerns, Allen proved he could still be incredibly productive. In fact, he became a favorite target for rookie quarterback Caleb Williams last season. Having a possession receiver of Allen's caliber would do wonders for building confidence in any of the Browns' young quarterbacks, whether it's Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, or Shedeur Sanders. Not to mention, it would give a perfect mentor to Cedric Tillman and the other young pass catchers on the roster. If Cleveland's front office is serious about competing this season and giving their young quarterbacks a fair shot, making a move for Keenan Allen might just be the smartest play left on the board. What if I told you that one of the NFL's most storied franchises might be gearing up for a shocking quarterback trade? Buckle up, because the latest buzz out of the league could completely shift the quarterback landscape before the new season even kicks off. The Cleveland Browns and New England Patriots are suddenly being linked in a potential move that nobody saw coming, and we've got all the details right here. Now, let's dive in. The Cleveland Browns have a lot of tough decisions to make this offseason. With training camp and preseason around the corner, they're going to need to work relentlessly to bring head coach Kevin Stefanski's vision for this team to life, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The Browns are entering the 2025 season with one of the NFL's deadliest defenses, led by the unstoppable Myles Garrett, and a front seven that can terrorize any offense in the league. With a defensive unit this dominant, it wouldn't be out of the question to imagine Cleveland battling for a wild card spot. But there's one major obstacle standing in their way, and that's the offense. The biggest question mark is at quarterback. With Deshaun Watson out injured, the Browns need to find their new QB1, and the battle is wide open. Veterans like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are in the mix, but the rookies, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, are eager to make their mark. Whoever wins this battle will shape not only the starting lineup, but the future of the entire Browns roster. Here's where things get really interesting. If one of the young guns lights it up during training camp and preseason, the Browns could suddenly find themselves with a trade chip in Joe Flacco. And that's exactly where the New England Patriots come in. According to Dog Pound Daily's Mark Sipos, the Patriots should keep their eyes on Flacco if he becomes available. New England had already shown interest in the veteran quarterback earlier this offseason before Flacco decided to re-sign with Cleveland. And with rookie Drake May now holding the starting job, the Patriots' depth behind him is questionable at best, with Joshua Dobbs and Ben Wooldridge currently backing him up. Adding a seasoned, no-nonsense veteran like Joe Flacco would be a smart insurance policy for New England. He'd bring a steady presence to the quarterback room, help mentor May as he adjusts to life under center in the NFL, and could step in if disaster strikes, all without derailing the offense. And with New England's earlier interest, Cleveland might just be able to cash in and get some valuable assets in return if one of their rookies wins the QB1 job. Of course, this entire scenario hinges on whether Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders can outshine the competition and secure that top spot on the depth chart. If either of them impresses throughout training camp and preseason, the Browns could be in a prime position to deal Flacco to a team like the Patriots. It's one of the storylines fans absolutely need to keep an eye on as the 2025 season inches closer. And there you have it, a potential blockbuster quarterback move that could shake up not just Cleveland, but the entire NFL quarterback market. What do you think, football fans? Should the Patriots make a serious run at Joe Flacco? Will one of the Browns' young quarterbacks rise to the challenge and claim the QB1 spot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I'd love to hear what you think about this brewing quarterback drama. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share it with your fellow football fans, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update on the latest NFL trade rumors and team news. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.